Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to show you real quick all of the best themes that I'm using for PvE, PvP, and pretty much every content in the game, Abyss Lake, Abyss Corridor, like bosses, everything, right? And just letting you know guys that I'm not going to be going in depth with every team. I'm just going to show you the teams that I'm using, and then I'm going to be making dedicated videos for every single theme that you will be able to see from um, tomorrow on, right? So the videos are going to be constantly available every single day, and that way you will be able to know more about the themes that I'm using. But for now, I just want you guys to know which are, in my opinion and in my experience, the best themes to use in the game. So let's go here and let's start with this theme. This is the Lucas um, free to play Abyssal Lake theme. Want to know more about this team? There is actually already a video about it that you can go and check. I made a video for 100% free to play team for Abyssal Lake. You will be able to get all the details of what I have for this particular team and just go ahead and check every stat and everything. So this is one that I would not need to remake because it's already there. So just go ahead and check it out and you will be able to see how it works, right? It definitely works. I clean it. I was able to clear floor 30 today itself with this team and it was definitely good. I mean, yeah, bit of RNG, but this is a free to play team that works and that is 100% sure that it will work. So yeah, I mean, at least in that scenario, it would work perfectly, right? If you want, someone asked me for a pay to win version of this for like Abyssal Lake, I will make a video for that and I will post it then after I finish with the other videos as well. So don't worry, you would definitely have an option for that. Then we have this team here, which is my Charlotte 10 team. So this is for the speed set. And this team is pretty good. It works perfectly fine. And even though the AI in this game is super bad, the way that this team works is that many of my characters would not use a lot of MP, which would leave a lot of MP for my Arnis to constantly spawn her ultimate and her second skill, put a lot of dots on the boss, and then I would normally win. And I have Seri just in case for healing, I have Rancy for additional MP, for more speed, and so on and so forth. The team works perfectly fine. I have done like 20 runes, I think, with this team, and I think I lost a single time, and it's just due to awful RNG, right? Just keep in mind, guys, that when you are creating teams in this game, you need to consider that the AI is bad. It's super, super bad. So you need to make a team that would work even in the worst of the conditions. Then for number 4, this is a general PvE team that I use for regular bosses that I have to kill. Subjugation, right? This is a team that would clear pretty much all the subjugations, aside from subjugation fire. But all of them would die without any problems with this team, and just general content itself would work as well. Whenever I need this team for corridor, I would change Seri for Diana, and then I would use this team for corridor, and it works perfectly fine as well, right? So that's just a quick variant that I want to show you guys here. This is my Dragon Nuska for crit rate attack and crit damage set farming. This team is also 100%. It doesn't lose. Like, yeah, sometimes Libertas would die at the end of the battle, but I would never lose. I would still win. And yeah, it's a little bit awful to watch. I just don't recommend you to see it and then just put it in auto and continue watching you play with this team because you would get really infuriated because Sasha would constantly use a skill 1 even when she has MP to use a skill 2. And yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But again, I'm telling you, you need to make sure that you're making a team that would work even in the worst of the conditions for the AI. This is Chessa Hyper Carry team, a team that I will mostly only use for Abyss Corridor, and it works perfectly fine. It's great, Chessa deals a lot of damage, but keep in mind that not any Chessa would work. You need a lot of investment on your Chessa, at least 3 dupes for this team to actually perform the same way that mine performs. So just keep that in mind, and also the stats requirement for Chessa are super high. I will show that once I make the video for this team. And then this is another dot team that I have used when I had my another account. I had another account at the beginning of the game, and I had these characters, and I was using this team for that account, and it was working perfectly fine. So I think that this is also another option for if you have like if you want a variation of my other team that I use for um, Charlotte 10. This should probably also work without any problems. But the problem with this team is that you would need a dupe on Enas. Enas would need to have a dupe on her ultimate for this team to work. That's the only inconvenience there. And then here is my Taigera This is the effect resistance, effect hit, and shield sets. This team is 100% as well, works perfectly fine and completely free to play because as you can see, I don't have any 5 stars here. So this team works perfectly fine. Just wanted to let you know guys that whenever I'm showing you guys any team that has a lot of 4 stars in it, it requires crazy good stats for the equipment that you have on them, and it also requires dupes. It also requires dupes, at least 3 dupes, I would say, for pretty much every single 4 star, right? Aside from probably like Seri, which only needs like 1, Theodore only needs like 2. With Yuri, the more you have, the better, right? Because she's really, really good and all her skills are really good. And Stain, you need at least 2 for it to work as well, because you would need the passive and the ultimate. But I will be going more in depth once I am making the entire video for that particular team. Last team that I want to show is the teams that I used to beat the Abyss Corridor. I am also going to be making a video for each floor of the Abyss Corridor and the strategy that I used to clear it later. So I'm going to be posting probably like 2 floors per video, and that way you guys will be able to know exactly how I completed this, right? I just want to show you right now, just, you know, so that you guys have like a blueprint of which are the teams that you will probably need to start working on, or which are the characters that you probably would need to start leveling up now so that you can go to the end game of the game and be ready for it. As you can see here, Chessa Hypercarry team plus my Jury team that I already show it to you guys, right? So it's going to be IB with um, Diana, Stain, and Yuri. Super strong team. For second floor, I was using Sasha Hypercarry team with replacement of Libertas for Ravi. Ravi's a really strong character, one of the best characters in the game. If you get 2 dupes for Ravi and you put it in skill 1 and skill 2, you're pretty much set. You would have one of the best supports for the entire game for like pretty much all content, right? So it's really, really good to have her. And here, this is a troll team. Just don't think about this. I just did this just because the guy was dark and I wanted to just, yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to use my Sion. Also, Sion is the only light unit that is AoE that would also work pretty nice for single target enemies. And it's mostly because there is not a 4 star single target light unit. Hoping that they add one though. I hope that they add one. Same for Chessa. Like Chessa, it's going to be like the perfect single target dark unit, but there is not an AOE dark unit. So it wouldn't be bad for they to add that as a 4 star or a 5 star. Who knows, right? This is going to be my team for Dots plus Lucas. This is because this boss is very tanky, so I needed extra damage for me to win. But this is a team that I'm no longer going to be using, and you're going to be able to see that in floor 8, I have to fight versus these very same 2 bosses, and I did a change, or I made a change for this team so that it works better and I am able to win faster, because I was not able to win with this particular team. So you will be able to see that. And Sasha Hypercarry down. Again here, IB team plus Sasha Hypercarry. This is Sasha Hypercarry plus a variation of IB team instead of Yuri team. This is going to be Lucas instead of Yuri, and it works perfectly fine. It does the same that it does for Yuri, so it's not bad. Especially because the way that it works is that Diana would always boost your Lucas. Lucas would reset his ultimate right away because the ultimate for Lucas is the only ultimate that has only 2 turns cooldown. So that's why it works. And then we have these, which is again IB team plus Chessa Hypercarry, IB team plus Sasha Hypercarry, Chess Hypercarry plus Lucas, Yuri, and IB. So this is the variation I did, right? I did a variation for the Sasha, Chessa Hypercarry, and I combine it together, right? So that I have enough damage to kill the first boss because the first boss is really, really tanky. And then down, I was not able to do it with dot team. So what I did is that I'm bringing Lucas to defense break and break the boss. And once the boss is broken, it's dead. Yuri would do so much damage that he would never be able to wake up. And also Ivy would not let him move. If you want to see how these characters works, I have a lot of videos about how all these characters works. You can find individual guides for all of the DPS that I'm using here, right? And even for some of the supports as well. So just go check these videos if you want to see stats and dupes and all of that. That's already available. But again, I'm making the videos for the teams later on. This is Sasha Hypercarry plus Yuri team. And then last here, Dot team plus Lucas and Sasha Hypercarry. Works perfectly fine. Everything was able to complete it. And yeah, this is the end game. As you can see, don't underestimate 4 star characters in this game. There is no way any of the AoE options available for 5 stars would do more damage to a single enemy than the 4 stars available for single target DPS. They are just way, way stronger. They would do at least twice and sometimes even three times the damage that you would do with any of the 5 stars like Beatrice, Isania, and Zion or Monica as well, right? So yeah, they are not even close to how strong the single target DPS are. So nothing more to say here, guys. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one once I'm doing the review for all the teams. Bye.